We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show.
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt. Broadcasting from...
What happened there?
I thought it was your line.
I'm Jill DeWitt, and that's it. Mic drop.
I'm waiting for you to
It's
say...
the Jill Show.
I'm waiting for you to say, broadcasting from sunny Southern California. I was like, look at you, like, what's wrong with you?
Are you okay, man?
Apparently. This news article just like shocked me this morning.
Today, Jill and I talk about why cash is king more than ever. But please, I want you to please read before we get into the question here.
What I just
what
read
you
to
just
you.
read to me, yeah.
This
before
is
the show.
amazing, everyone.
We are in uncharted water.
Crazy times. So you know this is part of too why I think it ties in. Cash is important. We don't have to deal with this, but here's what's going on. 3 major U.S. financial regulatory bodies have released an interim rule that will allow banks to delay property appraisals, in some case, for as long as 120 days after the closing of a mortgage on the property.
That's how concerned these regulatory bodies are about the bottom of the market, the real estate market, just seeing all-time lows.
Let me finish. This rule, which applies to residential and commercial transactions, will be in effect until the end of 2020. The Federal Reserve, the Federal Insurance Deposit Corp, and the Office of the Controller of the Currency said. Isn't this insane? They're doing this to extend liquidity to credit-worthy households and businesses in light of the recent strain on the economy. That's what the rule states.
What that means is you can go get a mortgage, and usually part of the process of getting a mortgage and qualifying the property itself has to appraise out. You know, you can't pay strangely high numbers. The bank won't lend against it.
Mm-hmm.
What they're doing is removing that requirement.
It only applies to loans.
It makes it easier to get financing.
It only applies to loans that banks keep in their own portfolios, number 1. Number 2, it also says, as a result of this, by the way, be ready. Some borrowers may experience delays in obtaining funds needed to meet immediate and near-term financial needs.
You know what's going to happen with that?
Yeah.
Is they'll do some kind of analysis on it.
Well, the
banks aren't just going to say, "Oh yeah, sure, I'm happy to lend money."
It says some agencies have already relaxed appraisal rules, including allowing exterior-only appraisals.
Yeah, or internet appraisals.
Or appraisals based on public records or third-party data. Huh.
Which is us.
Huh.
We are
Look at
third-party
that.
data.
Interesting. Because we kind of do this as our own right now anyway. I mean, look at it. Is this the house show? This is a land show. But the way we do land and houses, we're kind of doing an appraisal based on what we see online. Just we put our eyes on it. Yep. We're making these decisions, and we know we're coming in hot enough that whether it's land or house, we feel good about it. Never mind, there could have been a fire on it. I still know what the access is. I still know the attributes that it has, how close it is to that lake or that city or whatever it is. I know what it's got.
People keep asking me and calling me and emailing me from all portions of my life, including like back to college. How you doing, man? How's it going? I know you're in the real estate business and the bottom's about to fall out. To which I say, this is what we do.
Yeah, this is how I buy property.
I've been working from home since there was computers, and so are all of my Land Academy and colleagues. All my people that work for me are now working from home. No change there. We're in the business of buying undervalued real estate. Turns out there's a ton of undervalued real estate right now. So that's not how I answer it. I answer it, yeah, we're doing great. I mean, we're doing better actually than we were before the virus, because we all knew something was going to trigger an economic downturn. Are you surprised, Joe?
No, and I got to add,
I'm surprised it took this long.
Do you know what I've had to tell him? Like, because I feel there's so many people that are out there not doing well, and I really truly feel bad for them that have lost jobs, and businesses are not going to come back, and they just can't. Whatever they were doing, it's not working now. They can't make money, and I feel so bad. And we're doing fine. And like he said, if anything, a little bit better. So I've actually had a conversation with him, like partner to partner. Hey, we need to kind of downplay this with like some of our friends.
Not on the show.
Not on the
because
show.
We
No,
want
no,
you to
no.
do well too.
No, yeah. Here, no.
If you've ever been involved in any of this stuff that Jill and I do,
This is for
we're
us.
sharing. We don't have any secrets.
No.
We're sharing the whole business model where we provide the tools that we use to buy and sell property. So
here, I want you to have friends after this is over. So like we want to have friends after this is over. So let me make this statement. You got to chill out a little bit. You can't be running up and down and telling all your neighbors like, oh my God, we made so much money this week, because you're going to lose friends. So
well said.
Thank you.
Have some compassion, Steve. That's really what she's saying.
Let me finish my sentence, Steve. That's what I'm saying.
It's called Let Me Finish My Freaking Sentence, Steve Show.
Yeah.
Which I call it Jill Show.
Thank you.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Yeah, weird this is. I just touched my face because I have an itch. And I'm like, am I allowed to touch? All this stuff has got us also hypersensitive. I'm like, am I allowed to touch my face? I have an itch. I'm in my own home. I think it's okay. All right. Frank wrote, hello. First of all, I really appreciate this forum and those of you who helped make it such a valuable resource. That's cool. I have spent many, many hours reading through it in such a short period of time. My wife and I have so far sent out 2 mailers, about 1,300 units each, and have just ended up with a handful of non-typical deals that have not been the type of deals we were marketing for.
Good.
So we're getting a little frustrated in our results. I begin to question my pricing being too low. I don't know if that's possible.
Well, let's read on here because it gets good.
Oh, okay.
This is a classic example of I only made $100,000 on that deal.
Oh, good. Having said that, our most recent call is from a seller in Arizona who's a land developer that owns about 500 lots and is now wanting to get rid of them. They range from half acre to over 1 acre. He said that there is water to the area and utility service could be brought in. He wants $1,000 a lot. I have not negotiated with him yet on pricing since I'm still trying to figure out what my offer would be and how I should structure a deal like this. I think each lot should be worth about $1,500 to $2,000. I originally mailed him on a 4-acre lot that he has in the same subdivision, but he wants someone to buy or help him sell the whole thing. This is quite a bit more than I can handle by myself since I'm just getting started in the land business and I'm trying to figure out how to proceed. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Frank, I know what I would do. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Go ahead. Okay. I would do the same thing you would do.
Okay. First thing I would do.
I choose life.
Do I really want them, Frank? Number one, do I really want them? Are they that good? And think about 2. Do you really want to be selling 500 of the same thing over and over again? That could be a little bit difficult. You know, you don't want to have 500 ads running of the exact same property from a different angle. You know, it gets a little, and that's all your website is. You would be known as the whatever Frank subdivision, seller. Now, if they are that good, let's just power through that they are that good. And they have different attributes, because they're different sizes. And you're like, you know what? This could be my life for the next 2 years and I could do really well because you could. So you need it. And they're really worth $1,500 to $2,000. All right, I'm going to go back to them and give them one big fantastic price and stand by it. And it's not going to be $1,000 an acre. Heck no. It's going to be more like 500 or not 1,000 a lot. It's going to be more like $500 a lot because I know I have to double my money on that. And then I know I can on every one of them. So, and Stephen would probably even say less than $500 a lot, but I'm going to go with that for right now. Now, the second problem is, or the obstacle that you mentioned is like, do I have that much to do? Maybe you didn't say that. I'm gonna say for people listening, so you don't have $250,000. That's all great. Joe, we agree on it, and it's $250,000. So what you do is it's called a release. Is that where you're going to go with this too?
Nope.
Oh, this is different.
Dramatically a different answer.
Oh, okay. Well, this will be fun. I'll run with mine.
But it's what did you call the show earlier? Please don't interrupt me. My name is Jill.
Don't interrupt my sentence, Steve. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm learning. Not interrupting you.
Thank you. I really appreciate this. Okay, so See, look at me. I had to pause and temperature check because I thought it was coming and I don't have to
I
now.
love these deals.
Okay, good. I'm going to finish
I
them.
would get this deal done.
So here's my thing. So if you don't have the $250,000, you can come to me or somebody like that to front the money. That doesn't work. You don't want to do it, whatever it is. You could go to a title company and do what's called a release. And many of us have done this, where you basically, you're saying, I'm putting them all under contract. I'm buying all these, but I'm only buying 10 a month or 20 a month, whatever it is. And as you buy them, you buy them, sell them, buy them, sell them. And you put that money that you just sold them in back into the next, into the next, into the next. And it speeds up the whole acquisition process too. Yeah. Does that make sense, do you think?
These properties, these deals, like these multi-unit deals like this that are in one subdivision or in one county from one seller, are by far the most profitable transactions I've ever done in my life. Let's do some math. These are more profitable than doing like a single unit deal, commercial deal from a land standpoint. Let's do some math. There's 500 lots. He wants $1,000. He wants $500,000. He's done some infrastructure work already, which is crazy expensive. We don't know what that is, but let's just assume that you can drive up to every single lot here in Arizona. He's also probably done a public report, which is extremely helpful in Arizona. But he wants $500,000. Somebody's going to sell these properties probably for $2,000 each. They're probably worth $5,000. I've been through this a million times. What you want to do is call this guy or have Joe call him. In my case, she seems to get what she wants. There's no mystery there why. And I would stop with the price per lot, just get them off of that and get them focusing on a check amount. Mm-hmm. So let's say, I would start throwing numbers around like $100,000. I would say, you know what? Meet me over at Title Company X. I'm going to write a $100,000 check. We're going to get this thing done on Thursday. Very few people can say no to that. And you're solving a lot of problems for this guy. If he's reaching out to you, he wants to do a deal. Now you have $1 million worth of assets for, let's say, $100,000, and you own it and it's over. So if it does take you a year, or it does take you a year and a half, you're sitting on $1 million worth of stuff. And people have done very, very well in life by buying things in lots, tons and tons of stuff, and then piecing them out. So this is no exception. I love these deals. I've done release deals only because I didn't have all the money then. But I mean, on this transaction, you know what, Frank? You can send me an email. I love these deals.
Good answer.
And he starts it all.
Funny?
He starts it all off like, I don't know. It's not going so well. We send out 2 mailers, and all I got was this whale. All this guy called me back. He wants me to give him $1 million for $100,000.
Yeah, I think I did. I'm frustrated. Wait, his sentence is, we're a little frustrated with our results. What's frustrating about this?
This is what you're looking for.
Yeah, wait a minute. Back up. This is the dream. You're going to be, yeah, this is true. If it all goes well, however you do it, right? You could be busy with selling these for a while. And what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Actually, I'd sell them. If they're good properties you could drive up to them, I'd sell them on eBay.
There you go.
1 or 2 of them a week for
No
$2,000. That's $2,000 a week forever.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm excited. Today's topic, why cash is king now more than ever. This is the meat of the show. Why cash is king, Frank?
There you go.
We have the cash. This guy doesn't have the cash. He has no hope of selling these properties the way that he intended on selling them.
Oh, the guy, the seller?
Yeah, because he doesn't know what we know.
That's true.
He doesn't know how to sell stuff online.
That's true.
There's all kinds of stuff going on.
Or he's done and retired. Who knows why?
Right.
It could be a lot of different reasons. It could be that this is what he had left.
He's probably going to sell them to a developer who's going to build houses. That's gone now.
He thought. That's true. Yeah.
Now it's sounding like 50,000 instead of 100.
Uh-huh.
That's why cash is king right now more than ever.
Do you recall when this post was written?
All these postings were written
post virus or pre-virus?
No, it was April 15.
Okay, good.
Which is a week ago.
Okay, good.
By the time this airs.
Okay, good. All right. So yeah, because the offers that we sent out in February, it's a different ballgame now.
This is a whole
and cash is
we're
king.
In now.
Well, then this ties into the show. The offers that we sent in February are now very different, but the fact that I'm paying cash is not different. And what is different though too is people need the cash and they want the cash and they want the easy way. And it's hard. Nobody wants to, do you really want to, whatever it is, you can't, how many agents are not? It's a mess right now.
You ever drive down a street and you see these check cashing places? They're usually like very close to industrial parks. So people get paychecks. And for whatever reason, uh, it's probably out of habit or they just mistrust with banks or whatever. They either don't have a bank account or for whatever reason, they take their paycheck and cash it
Mhm.
and they get charged a lot for it. Does anybody ever complain about that? No. But for some reason, when we do it, you're buying property for less than it's worth. What's wrong with you?
I
Who
know.
raised you?
Isn't that funny? I'm like,
I'm buying property for what the seller's willing to sell it for.
I know. I often wonder, do you yell at everybody that does that too? Do you pick it outside of a check cashing place? How about the bank? Let's call a spade a
Banks are going to
spade.
get pounded again.
Well, I'm just saying the bank.
I wake up with a smile on my
I'm sorry,
face.
bank fees drive me nuts,
Me
but I
too.
don't want to get going on that one.
You know what else I'm learning through this virus situation about Jill?
Uh-oh.
Is that we're very much on the same page. Like Jill and I don't talk or have very serious conversations. In fact, probably the most serious crap we talk about is on this show.
That's true.
We just kind of enjoy life. And so we're finding ourselves in this political climate where people have pretty strong opinions about the people on TV. And so because Jill and I have never really talked about it, I'm learning that we're on the same page about a lot of stuff.
Isn't it fun getting to know your partner on this new level? I know we're enjoying it. Thank goodness.
Our neighbors?
We agree.
Some of our neighbors are just getting into
Oh
it, man.
man. Like we did. Yeah, they can't. There's certain topics they can't be in the same room
Yeah.
about, about how things are being handled right now. And it's comical. That's good. I love what you said the other day, which was really cute, that how many people now had no idea what their spouse did for a living, and now they do. And I'm sure they're like, this is all you do, really? Really? You know what's kind of funny about that? I gotta tell you, it's like, it's a little along the same lines. When my dad was retiring, he was a pilot for American. And when he was retiring, it was right before 9/11, literally months before, like the summer before.
How lucky is that?
I know. So he was with American, and in Dallas, they gave us the MD-11 simulator for the day with a check airman. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, it's the big one off the ground, the whole thing rocks. It was the coolest thing on the planet.
Disneyland.
It was so cool. Yep. Anyway, so we would go in there and we'd have Dad do all kinds of stuff, have him landed on an aircraft carrier and fly it under the Golden Gate Bridge. I got to land in San Francisco myself. It was really cool. But anyway, we're sitting there watching, and when you really watch what he did, I'm like, the plane really does fly itself. And he would just tell us, okay, when it gets down to this point, when you're coming into land, right about here, you push back, 50, 40, 30, 10, whatever it is, you pull back a little bit. And that's about it. I'm like, that's all you do? So it was kind of a glimpse. I'm sure that there's people now. Okay, that's a side tangent about me, but hope that was an entertaining story. Anyway,
I loved it. Thank you,
okay,
Jill.
you're welcome.
Let me finish my sentence, Steve.
Sorry.
Let me wrap this topic up on this.
Okay.
Why Cash is King Now More Than Ever is the name of the show.
Mhm.
Yeah, Steve, but I don't have any cash. Yeah, you do. If you're in our group,
Yeah.
you have our cash. And you have there are people in our group that have way more cash than we do, make us look like a tiny little drop in the bucket. So if you find a great real estate deal, that's what landtank.com and housetank.com are for. Or we have this whole program called deal funding. It's all about finding the great deals. This Frank's deal is a great deal. Trust me. $500 a lot? No, it's $50,000 for the whole thing. And the more I talk, the lower the price goes. So you do have cash, and cash is king. You have access to cash.
I concur. Happy you could join us today. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are right here on the Land Academy Show. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are over on the House Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the House Academy Show is called Tracking Foreclosure Data on Data Tree. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Yeah, Steve, but I thought you said foreclosures are a waste of time and you have to pick through the data and you should just send mail out. I did. But where there are foreclosures, there are amazing deals. It's like
Oh.
tracking back.
And the plot seconds. The Land Academy show remains commercial free for you, our loyal listeners. So wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there.
We are Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.